What's up? What's up? What's up? Just if you're in the house, okay? So here's some of my English teaching experiences. I know I got a whole bunch of these to talk about and stuff, but I want to touch on one thing real quick and then get to the story. Basically, what it is, when you come out here and you work in Japan, you're going to run into a lot of other people who think they know English. Some do. A lot of Japanese people do know their grammar. A lot of things they don't know. Also, a lot of words are different things. So they're going to be more or less maybe excited to tell you what they know. And sometimes it might not be what you know or what you don't use or whatever. So the best thing to do is just flow. Let the work flow through you. Don't fight with them. They say use on a, then you can say, well, when I, you can say, hey, when I speak, I only say a, but in class I'll say if that's what you want. Because you come out here to make that money. You ain't out here to prove that you're a English scholar or anything like that, okay? And other than that, it's all cool. Just watch out if you work in high schools and stuff. Watch out for those girls because they will come after you if you're handsome and say things. And then basically, if I were you, I'd just leave them alone because I don't know. The stories I hear, it's like, wow, So the best thing to do is just pretty much ignore them and things like that. Some places, when they you can't touch them, but they can touch you. So if a girl is like 5'11" and she's stacked and she sees you and she runs up to you, she gives you a big hug. You can't push her off you. You just gotta. You can't hug her. So best thing you do is put your hands up in the air and let her hug you and stuff like that. Because you're not allowed to hurt their feelings and stuff like that. So it can get really uncomfortable for a lot of you guys out there who don't understand that hugging people is just, a sign of, could be just a greeting and stuff. Some countries you go to and guys kiss guys, right? So anyway, that being said, I want to talk about my classes that my kindergarten class. So last week, the week before, one guy, it was 11th week, and he passed the English test with, I think, 33, a score of 33 out of 45. The minimum you need is 26. And then last week, another kid passed it with 30. And so these are the first three students to have passed the test. Also, let's see, yeah, they're the first three. So in 12 weeks, okay, it's the 12th week. Okay, and what I do in the lesson, I don't really want to explain what I do, but I kind of talk a little bit about it. So anyway, I give them some paper, a little conversation to read and stuff, and they read it. And the one boy who started reading last week, because the boy that passed it today, he couldn't read because he didn't pass the test. Actually, he didn't pass it last week, but I gave him a second chance, and he ended up passing it the second time I gave it to him. Because if they come within like 5 to 6 points short, then I'll the stack that they miss, I'll go through it again, and more than likely they'll remember and stuff. And so anyway, they all read and stuff. And the one boy that came last week, I think today he missed like, I don't know, maybe 15 words out of 19 or something like that. So anyway, I'll have them read, I write their score down, and then I tell them to look for the vocabulary that's at the bottom. And while they're looking for, I only give them like a minute to look for the words, and if they don't, I'll just tell them because they're still, practicing using dictionaries. But as time goes by, they'll get faster, better, or they'll start remembering some of the words because when I teach English, I use words, like when I do the conversation, I use words that they already learned, and then I also use them. Of course, I use new words also, but I don't want to make it too tough for kindergarten kids, right? And we went the whole okay, while they were doing the vocabulary thing, I do other English lessons, not other English lessons, but other activities with the rest of the students. And it's pretty much, I think last week I did a memory thing. So basically, instead of showing them the cards, I'll ask them, what do you see? And what do you see is usually with animals. So I'll just say, what do you see? I said, what animal do you see? And I don't know if they remember that or not, but they did. And then, like, I see a lion, and then all the kids raise their hands, and some say the same animal again. And of course, I'm giving them all a chance to participate and stuff. then I did the food. I said, what do you want to eat? And then, you know, they're thinking of different kinds of foods. And some even did Japanese foods, you know, which was real cool and stuff. And then I asked them, how do you feel? No, how are you? Oh, how do you feel? How are you? And, you know, some like, I'm tired, I'm happy and stuff like that. And that was real cool. So then when the other kids finished the vocabulary, or I told them what the words were, then I wrote down the conversation on the board, and we went through it, you know. I went through it and stuff, and they, you know, went through the exercise the way I do it and stuff. And then I asked them what the word is, and it was only one guy, the guy last week who passed against Kent, I think his name is, and he was just saying them all, bam, 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 you know. And sometimes you'll have another student who maybe, though this one girl, she only got 3 points, and she read one word, I think it was you, which is really interesting because Y-O-U, there's no way, well, I guess, you know, it is the phonics, U is in the phonics, but, you know, it'd be kind of surprised, you know, saying, you know, right, that she said it, you know, I was really surprised. And that's what I want to focus on, because when I do the reading test, not the reading test, but the reading lesson on the board, a lot of students remember these words, or the because of the sounds of the phonics and stuff, right? They start to put, you know, the sounds with the words. I mean, the sounds with the letters. And of course, you know, there are some sounds that you just can't do it, like TH and R and stuff. And I have to show them how to do those. And they'll, you know, the ones that do say got it perfect and stuff, you know, they don't have problems with saying with words with R or words with L or TH. They don't have any of those problems and stuff. And but students like her is real cool, because when I give the, because eventually what happens is, because we'll go over the vocabulary, not the vocabulary, but the phonics, and they'll remember it from that. And sometimes we'll have, of course I'll have occasionally, if we have time, I try to put in like the last 5 minutes to do the what is it called, the phonics, you know. But some people, they'll just start remembering and start catching on, and eventually I could just pass out, you know, the reading assignment to all the students. And yes, I pass them out to the students, and then I'll go to each student I read. But if one of the other students miss like 2 or 3 words only, then they could be a teacher's assistant, so they could just go to the other students and they can help me, and they'll just say to the kid, you know, what is this? And if the kid doesn't know, then they'll just, you know, mark it off and stuff. And every year I've had like 2 to 3 teachers' aides that help me, you know, with the initial grading or grading the reading, whatever, of the other students. So it'll take, instead of taking like 45 minutes to go through all the students, which during our time, once one student read, then I have them do the vocabulary, you know. And sometimes it'll take me like 45 minutes, or it's according to how shy the kid is. It could take up to like 50 minutes and stuff like that. But when I have teachers' aides, it'll take like 30 minutes. I think one time I'll be finished in 20 minutes, but that was like one year when I had like 6 teachers' aides. I don't know what happened with that class. I think it was like 3 years ago, and those kids were like really dynamite and stuff. And it's real cool because when you have classes like that, you'll have like 10 to 15 students who are just really good at reading and being able to quote unquote decode, you know, everything. And it's really cool. I love those classes. Well, I love all my classes. And the reason I say I love my class is not because of the accomplishments of the students, which is good, but because of the feeling that I don't have to have, that I love. And that feeling is being stressed. So, come on, kids, you can do this, right? So anyway, the 45 minutes goes by really quick, you know, and well, not just 45 minutes, but like the 30 minutes and it go by and stuff. But during that time though, which is cool, because a lot of the kids, what they'll do is they'll, when we're reading, because they'll 6 at a table, they'll sit, and as one student is reading, the other ones, you know, they get a chance to listen to the words. Some kids even say the words, you know, while I'm saying it, you know, telling the other kid. And what I do is when I say, I'll just say, what's this? But I don't tell them what the word is, you know, because I don't want to help any of the other students and stuff like that, because that'll be cheating. That would be unfair to them. But some other students, if they say the word, then it's fine too. And then if the person is thinking and catching on, and they'll say a word, he'll say it too, it's fine. There's nothing I can do about that. But because before I used to say, hey, don't say the word, and then I thought about it after 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, but they're practicing, and they're really happy and stuff. So they're just going to say it not because they're trying to help anyone, but because they've developed the skill. So they're doing this. I say, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, talk if you want, whatever. But during the lesson, when it's on the board and stuff, what's really cool is you have a lot of kids who start, like I said, putting the words and the sounds together, and then we're reading, and some kids can read really fast from the board. We'll do the vocabulary, and some kids know that, English to Japanese, Japanese to English, and then we'll translate the words and stuff. And last year, one of the videos, I don't know if it was on my GS 350 page or my English, my one English channel, one girl, I think her name Mizuki, she was real good. She was the first, her and another boy, last year, they started reading in 4 months, and I thought that was great. But this year, 10 weeks, one girl, 10, 11, 12 weeks, that's like super crazy. What, a month and a half? That's it. Wait, 2 months and a half? That's crazy. 10 lessons, 11th lesson, and the 12th lesson, that's crazy, So, anyway, what she used to do was she would just, she would be able to translate without going through the vocabulary, or no, it wasn't that. She would be able to translate without me helping, because she would go through the vocabulary, and I'll say, okay, what's the sentence? And I'll tell all the students, I say, hey, look at the vocabulary words, try to do it, and she'll just, just spit them out. I'm like, wow, and everybody's like clapping every time she did that, and it's real cool and stuff. I really enjoy doing that. So this year, I think after this lesson is done, then I'm going to have everyone else do reading and stuff, and hopefully, like I said, my goal this year is to have them start some kind of grammar, so I want to make it really easy for them to, I'll have to make another, because I already wrote a grammar book and stuff, but I haven't published it yet, but I want to make a grammar book that's really simple for them to be able to, take a couple of tests and stuff. And then if they could do that, that would be so cool and stuff. But of course, I have to teach an A and an and. And also, when I teach A and an, it's so easy. Oh my God, it's like incredibly easy to teach that. But it's all cool and stuff. It's real fun. So anyway, that's what I plan on doing in my kindergarten class and stuff. I want to go to a lot of other kindergartens also, but everyone has, they got teachers and stuff. And of course, no one will believe that I can do it, but these kids learned it. I just explained it to them, and say it, and it's up to them to remember and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm running out of time. Yes, I'm really excited. I haven't told the I haven't told the owner about it. I don't think the teacher told him either, but it's real cool, so I am cool, But another thing too, when you guys come out here and you teach, like I said, when you work, let the work flow through you. When someone's complaining about you, just listen. If they don't ask you any questions, don't answer. You don't have to reply if there's any questions. Some people, they just just want to talk. You just let it go in one ear and out the other. Especially if you're right, you don't have to defend yourself. And basically, I'm just saying this because you don't want them to stress you out and then make you get tired of teaching and stuff like that, because it's good money, and it's, because any money's good money, right? Well, not any money's good money, but the job is good, but it's really easy, and you don't really have to really put out a lot of work. And if you get one of those jobs where you're just sitting around all day doing nothing, then it would probably be very cool to invest in a laptop, and ask the principal if you can get a password to go online, or buy. Now they got these portable modems and stuff, and just get on there and do some extra work, and try to develop something while you're at work. But anyway, I'm out. Peace.